But right now I want to bring in our next guest, stock market mentor and CEO Dan Fitzpatrick. Dan, let's pick up on that bond conversation. Screaming buy or just screaming?
No, I think it's just screaming. I'll tell you, that was the best conversation about bonds I've ever heard between you and Jim. Yeah, I think the bonds are going lower. That breakout yesterday, as you mentioned, is a really important thing. The way I measure it, it's just a technical measurement. I could see the 10-year yields going to 5.2%. That's when I would first start looking to buy. But here's the thing, and I think this is important, and you know this. Everybody has always said, hey, the bond market controls the Fed. That's just the typical thing. The bond traders are the smartest guys out there. But lately, I think over the last year or so, it's actually the shoes on the other foot. I do think the Fed is controlling the bond market. I mean, Charles, how many months, how long have we been hearing every month, oh, this is the last rate hike, one and done, one and done. And the way I look at it, I've been describing this to my subscribers. You'd think that this is like Lucy in the football, pulling the football with Charlie Brown, but that requires some kind of deviousness. I don't see the Fed as being devious at all. I think they're trying to do the best they can, and it's kind of looking more like a Mr. Magoo thing to me. They don't know what they're doing.
Right.
You can blame them, but
No, I agree. I agree. I think that's part of the miscommunication is not helping at all. By the way, thank you for that very great compliment. Let's switch to stocks for a moment because the fear and greed index, which I take with a grain of salt, but it is intriguing when it makes big moves. So now it's in the fear zone, right? It's been most of this year greed or extreme greed. How much the fact that fear is creeping into the market? How much is it justified at this point? Should people be afraid?
Well, No, I don't think they should be afraid, but I think they should be really cautious. I mean, really cautious, because the market has been, as I look at the fear and greed index, it's lately been just kind of about neutral, which is way off of the, oh my God, I got to get them while they're hot. But the market right now is at a kind of an inflection point. We're just starting to put in a head and shoulder reversal pattern, which is never a good thing. Nothing happens below that. And I think that the fear greed kind of reflects that right now. My sense is if we get a breakdown, that's really when you're going to see the fear index spark up a little bit. I think the most important thing right now, Charles, is to think, why am I buying a stock here, right now? Because I think it's going to go up. The way I look at it is there's so much resistance overhead that how much is the tennis ball going to bounce? I think it'll be more like a soggy sponge.
All right. And by the way, I'll let the audience know that you do like Marathon Oil here, so you've been pretty good with those names.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Hey, Dan, we got to leave it there.
And Dorian LP too.
Okay. What's the symbol?
Dorian LPG.
Okay.
Yeah, both of those are really good stocks.
Thank you very, very much. Always appreciate our conversations. Have a great weekend, Dan.